I was living in a cramped, century-old row house in Providence, Rhode Island, in the winter of 2024, eking out a living as a freelance illustrator. My parents had come up from their quiet home in rural Connecticut to spend a week with me, hoping to shake me out of the haze I'd been in since my career hit a rough patch. My mom brought her usual warmth, baking cookies that filled the house with sweetness, while my dad tinkered with the radiator, muttering about the city's damp chill. The neighborhood was old, its narrow streets lined with sagging homes and flickering lamps, but it was home, until that night, when a walk back from a local pub turned my world into a nightmare, a horror that still clings to me, whispering my name in the dark. It was a biting Saturday night, the air thick with the threat of sleet. We'd gone to a pub a few blocks away, a cozy spot with greasy wings and cheap beer, where my parents laughed over stories of their younger days. By 11 p.m., we were walking home, my mom bundled in her green coat, my dad's arm around her, me trailing behind, my scarf tight against the wind. The streets were empty, the only sound our footsteps crunching on the frosted pavement. We were a block from my house, cutting past a narrow alley, when I heard it, my mom's voice, soft and urgent, calling from the shadows, "Sarah, come here." I stopped, my breath catching, because my mom was right in front of me, her back turned, chatting with my dad about the pub's jukebox. "Mom, what'd you say?" I called, but she turned, her face puzzled. "I didn't say anything, sweetie," she said, her voice warm but confused. My dad frowned, glancing at the alley. The voice came again, sharper now, from deeper in the dark. "Sarah, I need you." It was her voice, but wrong, too smooth, like it was coated in something cold and slick, the syllables curling in a way that made my skin prickle. My mom's eyes widened, and she grabbed my dad's arm. "That's not me," she whispered, her voice trembling. My dad stepped toward the alley, his jaw tight, and shouted, "Who's there?" The only answer was a low hum, like a distant machine, vibrating through the air. I pulled out my phone to call for help, but the screen froze, showing a call from Mom, her contact photo from last Christmas. Except her eyes were black, her mouth twisted into a smile that wasn't hers. The voice called again, now from the other side of the street, "Sarah, don't leave me here." My dad grabbed a loose brick from the sidewalk, holding it like a weapon, and told us to keep moving. We hurried toward the house, but the voice followed, calling my name from every direction. Alleys, doorways, even above us, like it was crawling along the rooftops. The air grew thick, heavy with a smell like damp rot and something metallic, like blood. My phone buzzed again, a voicemail popping up without me touching it. I played it, my hands shaking, and that voice, not my mom's, hissed through the speaker, "Sarah, I'm so close." My mom was crying now, clutching her coat, and my dad's face was pale, his eyes darting to every shadow. We reached my house, my fingers fumbling with the keys as the voice called again, now right behind us, "Sarah, let me in." I didn't look back, just shoved the door open, pushing my parents inside. The lights flickered as we locked the door, the hum growing louder, vibrating in my chest. The smell was inside now, seeping through the walls, and my phone lit up again, another call from Mom. I didn't answer, but the screen flickered, showing that warped photo, her black eyes boring into me. The windows rattled, a slow, deliberate tapping starting up, like fingernails dragging across glass, coming from every side of the house. My dad grabbed a kitchen knife, his hand steady despite the fear in his eyes, and my mom started whispering prayers, her voice barely audible. The tapping turned into a scratching, sharp and relentless, and then I saw it, a shadow outside the living room window, small and hunched, wearing my mom's green coat, its head bowed, hair covering its face. But it wasn't her. Its arms were too long, its fingers twitching like they were searching for something. My mom screamed, and my dad shouted, "Stay back!" But the thing lifted its head, and I saw its face, just a smooth gray void, no eyes, no nose, only a mouth, small and puckered, whispering my name. The lights went out, plunging us into darkness, and my flashlight barely worked, its beam flickering like it was scared to shine. The scratching was everywhere now, inside the walls, under the floor, like the house itself was clawing at us. My phone played another voicemail on its own, the voice louder, more desperate. Sarah, you can't leave me. The shadow was inside now, standing in the hallway, its void face turned toward me, its mouth opening wider, showing rows of tiny, needle-like teeth. I grabbed my parents, pulling them toward the back door, but the air was so cold it burned, and the smell was choking, like something dead had been buried in the walls. We burst onto the back porch, the sleet stinging our faces, and ran to my car, the voice still calling my name from the house. The shadow was at the window again, its teeth glinting in the dark, and my phone buzzed, showing Mom even though I'd turned it off. We drove to a motel across town, not stopping until the house was far behind, its windows dark but watching. My parents were silent, their faces hollow, and I was shaking so bad I could barely hold the wheel. At dawn, we went back for essentials, but the house felt wrong, the air still thick with that rotting smell. My phone, left on the floor, had a new voicemail, time-stamped at 3 a.m. Sarah, I'm still here. I sold the house a month later, moved to a new place in Boston, and my parents went back to Connecticut, their eyes haunted, refusing to talk about it. But it's not over. My phone still lights up at night, showing Mom, her photo warped, those black eyes staring. The voicemails keep coming, that slick hollow voice whispering my name, and sometimes, when I'm walking home, I hear it, her voice, not hers, calling from the shadows, waiting for me to answer.